Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so today I look at koi fish pond. I look at tag mates, and we move on from there talking about filtration system and what's that little spot on the top of the koi head and how many koi in a pond. And we talk about the cost of the overall pond, the total amount of fish within the pond. So there's a lot of stuff I have to share with you today. Alright, so I first talk about the first pond that you're actually observing. It's a lot larger than the second pond that you'll actually see in a bit. Now this pond is, I call it now, is encircled with several and I've featured this pond several times throughout the years my channel have been active on YouTube, right? No, this pond is filtered with a heavy filtration system with a waterfall and a lot of plants. There's a specific room that's about probably 8 by 10 with a filtration mechanism. I'm not allowed to go in there. I can only observe but not record, not go in. Right, so I can only like stay from far, look, and that's it. Right, that's the deal. Okay, so here you have some coins. The coins are about probably about roughly about 12 to 18 inches. There's this large shark, black shark at the which mostly hovers at the bottom of the pond, and probably you won't be able to see it. I am not allowed to put anything in the water. I can only observe. This is not my pond, I should say. It is a business, and they have a very large pond. The pond is about probably about roughly about about 4.5 to 5 inches in depth, and it spans over 20 feet in diameter. Well, 20 feet in, you know, in size, 20 feet both ways, right? So it's a very large pond, right? The base of the pond is covered with um I think it's both. Some section have pond line as well. Some section have concrete, and you have some amount of gravel as substrate, right? And there are some plants at the side, and these plants are not changed to the plants in which I've seen actually along the riverside, in which where I live, and in which I normally show you some plants, right? Okay, so at this location there are several cichlids with coils. Now I wouldn't advise you to place your small cichlids. Sorry, I wouldn't advise you to put your I wouldn't advise you to put your yes your small koi fish with cichlids. However, with large koi, practically any cichlid living with them, that is okay. When I say cichlid, I mean like rockfish, like like the emboma, the peacock. That would be okay. But I wouldn't put oscars and jaguar cichlids and convicts with them. I would just put normal, like probably rockfish, as I say, rockfish, emboma, and the other peacocks, right? This is because these fish don't necessarily, these fish don't grow as tall, or should I say, yeah, they don't grow as large as the koi. And the koi, as simple as it looks, it can become a little bit rowdy, and it can hold its own. It's more um easier to keep a koi than a goldfish. The koi will actually survive harsher condition than goldfish. Goldfish are delicate in comparison to koi, right? Okay, so this is the situation with these fish. They're brightly colored, so you can actually see the koi swimming. However, the blue cichlid emboma that you see, well, I don't know if you're seeing them, but the blue emboma cichlid within the pond with the koi, they are of no bother to the koi. They live independently, and the koi is very large. That can actually facilitate them. Filtration is good plants, and actual mechanical filtration system. All right, so let's shift over to pet shop, next to nature, pet shop on Hope Road, just across from the Campion School on Hope Road, on Old Hope Road. There's a pet shop and a plant shop. All right, so the pet shop, I know I've actually done a feature on this pet shop before at a different location. It recently moved to this location, where in which the owner of the store have actually created a pond. Now this pond has some stock of koi within a smaller pond than the one in which I have actually shown you before. And these koi in this pond, an estimated value of nearly $1 million Jamaican. Yep, there's a large butterfly koi in there that measures roughly about 18 inches, right? And some coins in this pond value up to $70,000, $80,000, while the smaller ones might probably value about 10, but you have some values about probably about 70,000 $80,000, a lot of them. Now the pond is small, right? But it has a good depth, it's heavily filtrated, and it has a buffer that can actually uh, take care of the hormones that are being released by the cows, which in turn, if water is not changed on a regular basis, the cows itself will actually die as a result of this hormone being released. For those persons wondering what the hell this young man is talking about, all right, have you ever gone to a cow pond, like, farm? You notice that the koi pond actually have this smell. Okay, the smell is the hormone of the koi, right? It is released by the koi. Practically every time it defecates, it releases this hormone, and if the water is not changed after a while, the hormone itself released in the water, it stunted it will stunt the fish, and two, it will act on the fish, and the fish will actually die, right? So with large coils like this, you need a heavy turnover of the water, a heavy filtration system, aeration of the water, ensuring that the everything's being filtered out. Now, if you look up where the fall is on this pond, you realize that there are some bags with some items in it. These are specialized mechanism placed in the bags so as to buffer the water, so as the water is circulated. Yeah, there's a filtration system, mechanical, I'm not sure if biological mechanism is there, but mechanical. And the bag with the thing within it acts as a chemical filtration mechanism, which actually allows the water to goes through it, and it actually collects some of the hormones, some of the waste, and it filters it out. After a while, it's a pet shop. After a while, it's changed, and due to the high value of the fish, that's the koi, all this specialized treatment for this pond is necessary, so as to ensure that the stock is kept alive. Now, on a sad note, there was this large, I think it's a 200-gallon aquarium. Any, I did not take any video clippings of it. 200 gallon aquarium. Now, the owner actually lost a few fish out of it, and the reason for that is that the air pump that supplies the entire fish room actually went overnight. And what happened is that the mechanism that filter, the air, you have a large air pump, centralized air pump, and it goes through and it feeds through everything, and then all the aquariums in the room would be filtered through air system, whether it be sponge filter or in tank box filter. They just stop work overnight, and as a result, a few koi fish, not to the size in which they are now ready to go into the large pond, they actually died. Right. So this leads to another argument that some persons may be having with regards to should I have a centralized filtration system for my fish room, or should I have an individualized filtration system for my fish room? Now, I am of the opinion, and I'll be talking a little bit more on this in subsequent videos. uh, I believe that centralized filtration system is a little bit risky as far as maintaining your fish room. I think that individualized filtration system is more appropriate, especially when you're keeping delicate stocks of fish, because it allows you to improvise at time. You can change around the pumps. You can do your thing, and you find that should in case one pump stop work, you won't be looking to risk the death of an entire room of fish, but probably just one aquarium, right, of fish. And sometimes the fish might not even die, because what happens is that you might have plants in it, or you might have some other system in place, right? This is really for another fish keeping Jamaica. I know that this video is a little bit long, but it's of great value, and I think that I should share it. I will share with you a little bit more on the filtration system, centralized or individualized system, in the coming weeks. We will look at it a little bit more. So in Jamaica, we are not short on aquatic stock. It's just that the costing might be overreaching, overbearing, and impossible for some persons to actually facilitate having certain aquatic species within their aquarium system. This is Riley here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Do have a wonderful day. Blessings. Peace out. Ooh.